My name's Andy Nowdy. I work for Remax Twin City. I'm a real estate agent here in Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario. Okay. I do work for Remax Twin City, which is located at 901 Victoria Street North in Kitchener, Ontario at the corner of Victoria and River. And I'm on the Saunders Tremblay Realty team. Okay, we want to bring to you the data from the market and what we're seeing in today's day. Obviously, we've had a absolutely crazy year. Okay, COVID, people not buying, people buying, people speculating on market's going to crash. Well, here we are. It's October. Thanksgiving's come and gone, and we've seen anything but that. Surprisingly to even some of us, the market just continues to go up and be stronger and stronger. Okay, there are some segments that aren't as strong as others, and we'll get into that. But let's understand that at this point now, if we were banking 6 months ago and banking on the fact that the market was going to soften, well, that just didn't happen. It simply did not happen. Okay, so I'm going to go through September's numbers. These numbers are provided by our board. Okay, the board is non-biased. We're not just pulling numbers out and doing slick paperwork to make everything look spectacular. What it is the board provides us with just raw data. Okay, and what we do is we do pull out information that we find is relevant and important to you as either an owner of a home looking to sell. Maybe you're looking to sell and buy a smaller home and downsize. Maybe the opposite. Maybe you're a young family, you're having kids, and you're ready to go the other way and sell your home and buy something a little bit larger, something that accommodates, maybe in a better school zone, that type of thing. Okay? So let's get into the meat and potatoes here. We're going to look at the September numbers and see how they are and see what we see. Okay? Now we'll start with the data, and after that, I'm just going to give you some interpretations. They are interpretations 100%, so we'll see how things go. But there are some key factors that we're seeing in the market, and not just myself, but talking with many other realtors. And we have our own speculations on where things are going to go, which is part of our job. Okay, so let's start with the data. So as you can see from the chart that I have here, okay, and ignore the crude format. All it is brought up from my Facebook post when I posted it to my business page. Okay, but the overview of the residential segment. So we are focused on residential here only. So if you are an investor looking for investment properties, especially larger investment, this is not the report for you. Okay, this is not the data. The data is for residential segments, which does include units with multifamily, maybe a basement apartment, that type of thing as well, but nothing over that. Okay, so the median price. So the median price is $580,250. Okay, it's an increase of 13.7%. So the average price home is selling for 13.7% higher than what it was in September 2019. That's a fact. Okay, well, people say, well, I thought the price was so much higher. Keep in mind that this is all segments. So when we say all segments, we mean apartment condominiums, townhomes, either freehold or condo, semi-detached homes, and detached. So yes, some homes may sell as low as $250,000, $300,000, but other ones are well in excess of $1 million. Okay, so the average price, combining all those together, the median price is $580,000 or just over. Okay, the average time to sell a home, all segments combined, 14 days. Okay, so keep in mind, 14 days doesn't actually always mean 14 days. It does take time to sell a home, especially with some of the entry level homes, if you will. The $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 market. A lot of agents are listing the property and holding offers, 7-10 days later. Well, that's part of that 14 days. So they're not even looking at offers. There's no opportunity for that. Someone goes in with an offer, they're saying, no, you have to wait until offer day, basically. Okay, and we see a lot of that right now, and it does continue. Okay, so 14 days, 2 weeks, that's up from 23 days a year ago, September 2019. So we are seeing a significant drop in the average time that it takes to sell a home. Okay, homes sold in the KW area is 758. 758 homes sold in the month of September is staggering, and it is up 41.6% from September 2019. We have sold 41.6% more homes in the month of September compared to a year ago. And that's a fact. So why? Why so many homes are being sold? Well, part of this could be some pent-up demand through COVID. In April, March, April, into May, heading into June, everyone was unsure. Everyone held back. People didn't want, people in their homes. Understandably, we're still in the middle of it, but at some point, things had to release, and this is what we're seeing through the months of especially July, August, and into September. People have to buy homes. People have to sell homes. They want to sell homes. They want to move on, and this is what we're seeing. Release. Also, people are seeing what their neighbors are getting for their homes, which is causing the reaction to, really? Did they really get that much? Did they really get $75,000 over what they asked for? And even we thought their asking price was high? Yeah, guess what? They did. So that's causing more and more people to bring their homes to market. Okay, new homes listed in KW in the month of September, 929, an increase of 13%. Okay, so more and more houses going on the market. This is actually good for a buyer. The more homes on the market, the better chance a buyer has of getting something at a more reasonable price. It is not the greatest for certain sellers, especially in segments. More competition. It's supply and demand. That's what this market is. It was a super, super strong seller's market. And with more and more homes coming on the market for sale, a lot of homes being sold in September, some of those buyers, there are just not as many buyers out there as there was. And we're starting to see that number decrease. Okay? Certain segments are still super hot. I would say number one is definitely from that $450,000 to $600,000 range. Townhome, semi-detached, detached homes, first home, maybe second home out of an apartment condo. We're still seeing the multiple offers, especially if they're well done. And what I mean by that is, do they have a fresh, modern type kitchen? Everyone seems to like the open concept. The bathroom's clean. Is it clean? Are the floors nice? Does it have lots of, people like the wood or some of the, the laminates that we're seeing now. Carpet's okay up in the bedrooms, but we're leaning more and more to carpet free. Okay, so if it's got a more modern type feel, and if you love it, chances are a lot of other people love it, and we're still seeing multiple offers going well over asking price on many of those homes. Okay, absorption rate. I'm not going to get into a big thing with absorption rate. Basically, it means how many homes go on the market, how many homes get sold. We're at an absorption rate at 1%. Okay, that is extremely low. I shouldn't say 1%, 1.0, which is a decrease of 33%. So we still are seeing a demand for homes. It's just softening a little. Okay, so still in a seller's market. We are by no means in a buyer's market, but some of the buyers will be relieved to see that maybe things are lightening up a little bit. Okay, and it's not just continuing to go crazy. Absorption rate history. So on a history of 5 years, 2.2 days is the market average over the 5 years, and over 10 years, 3.3. So in relation to the 1.0 or the 1 day, basically for every house that comes on the market, one gets sold. Obviously, some sit on the market for months and maybe never even sell, but some sell in a week or 2 weeks as well. So it kind of averages out to that one for one. Okay. Over to overall residential segments. So here what we're going to do is we're going to break the segments up. And there is a difference in the segments. Please understand. Apartment condominiums. How many did we sell in the month of September? 93. 93 apartment condominiums. This is up 127%, and the average sale price was $390,690. Okay. Percent change year to year for price it's still up 13%. Okay. Now, apartment condos in KW is one of those areas that we're starting to see a little softening. And I'm going to get into that after, and I'm going to give you my view, but it's a view, okay? It's an opinion. I think it's a very good opinion, and it comes with a lot of facts and things I'm seeing at the market, but let me explain that to you later, okay? Townhomes extremely hot right now. 178 sold, which is a 43.5% increase from last year. People are looking at these townhomes. They're saying, really, we're getting $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 for my townhome. I'd like to sell as well. Okay, average price $476,000, just over $476,000 for a townhome in Kitchener-Waterloo. Okay, and the price change is 8.7% up from 2019. September. Okay, Next is semi-detached. Semi-detached is extremely desirable or desired by customers. It gets them a little bit of freedom away from the row houses or the townhomes, but at the same time keeps the cost somewhere reasonable. 54 of these sold, so not a huge number on the market. Okay, it's 54 sold is still a 59% increase, but when we have this many buyers looking for that entry level home, it's just it's really not that many available. Okay, and it's a good price point. Usually comes with a larger backyard, often with a garage. A lot of the things that people are looking for, especially starting to either have a young family or maybe retire and downsize. Okay, average price of a semi-detached in the Kitchener-Waterloo region in the month of September 2020 was just over $544,000. Though that segment, as I was talking about it being hot, well, here's the facts. The facts are that year to year, up 16.5%. Your home, semi, for the average, went up 16.5%. That's quite the increase, okay? Then last is detached homes. So by many, the most desirable, and something they're looking to get into. Tough market to get into, especially if you're starting out and you haven't built any equity. Okay, why? Because the average price of one last month was $768,000 and change. Okay, that's a lot of money. That's a big mortgage if you're not coming in with $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in equity built up from some of the other segments. Okay, percent change. So they sold 431 units, and that's also up 28.6%. Okay, so and the value up 25% year to year. The average price of a detached home in the Kitchener-Waterloo area went up 25% in September 2020 compared to 1 year earlier in September 2019. That's astonishing. That's an increase and a half. I wish I would have bought 3 of those. Okay, so that's the end of the data. Okay, now what I want to talk to is some things that we're seeing, and like I say, keep in mind these are our interpretations, and we all have our interpretations of what we see. A couple segments that I see right now is the detached homes over, let's say $700,000. Okay, and give or take, depends on the type of home. What we're seeing is that segment is starting to soften a little. Buyers have bought. Especially if it's not ultra modern, a couple months ago or a month ago, it didn't matter what the home was. Renovators would come in, or people would come in with their imaginations, and they would be ready to buy. Obviously an unrenovated home would not bring the price of a renovated home, but they were ready to buy, and we were still seeing multiple offers on many, many properties. That is softening a little bit, and we seem to see that trend. Just the beginning of it, but in talking to a lot of other realtors, they feel the same way. Okay. Kitchener-Waterloo has a kind of a rare demographic, if you will. We've got mixture of manufacturing. Obviously, the University of Waterloo and Laurier bring another element, which also brings the young professionals to our town. They finish university. That brings companies like Google, OpenTech, Shopify, and dozens more that come to the community and then keep these talented young individuals in our area. Okay, well, what does that have to do with real estate? Well, let me tell you what it has to do with real estate. We are seeing a downturn in apartment condos when it comes to pricing. Still, the price got very inflated because we had a lot of students that were looking for units, so that would either bring in the investor to buy apartment condos. Not just right around the university, but a lot of students don't live there. They'll live down the street, or they'll live in uptown Waterloo. Not every student lives in the student housing that's right across from the university. Some live in the buildings with everybody else, right? The other segment to that is the young professional. There are many condos in our area that are close to companies like Google, the downtown core, uptown Waterloo, which fed a lot of these companies. Now some of these people with work at home and COVID are moving away. They are either going back home. Some people owned a condo here. It was a Monday to Friday condo. They had a home somewhere else, and they would basically come back, work Monday to Friday. Well, guess what? No one's going to work. No one's going to the office. So what are they doing? They're selling these condos, pulling their money out, and moving back to where their home is. Or they're buying a larger home and getting out of the downtown core because they just don't need to be there. That's not where they're walking to work. So they want more space, which brings them into some of the other segments and that type of thing. Okay? So that's one side of the coin. The other side, which is absolutely relevant, is the fact that we're seeing the same type of reaction in Toronto. And what that's doing is that's driving the GTA area to look for external places to live. And one of those places, and one of the prime places, is Kitchener-Waterloo. Why? Because we are, a smaller version. We still have lots going on. So we're seeing a massive increase in the amount of buyers who have a home address located in the GTA. Okay. I don't have the exact September number, but I can tell you it was just recently up at 60% of homes sold were for people living in the GTA. Don't take that number as fact, but that's very close. Okay. And a year before, 20%. So a total 40% increase. From 20% to 60% of the homes sold are now being sold to GTA people. And I can tell you, I see this. I see this with the homes that I show, the homes that I've had listed. Well over half of the people are Toronto agents that are showing these homes, and that doesn't even speak to the amount of Toronto people who have found a local agent who are looking for their home. Okay. So that's basically what I have there, okay? Very strong market. We'd love to work with you. All of us at the Saunders Tremblay team, are open to, any contact. Please reach out to us. If you would like to get on the monthly email for these facts, this is done every month, okay? It's a standard format. We pull the data, like I say, and extract out these numbers and send it to our already large list. But if you'd like to be on it, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My name's Andy Nowdy, once again, and my email is andynowdy@rogers.com. ANDYNAUDI @rogers.com. 226-789-7193. Better yet, let me know if you'd like to sell your house. Would love to do that for you or find you a house. I have a lot of fun with it, and I'd like to think that all my clients truly enjoy the experience. Extremely, detailed. Take a lot of time. Here I am doing this video. This is my first video, so if it seems a little bit rough around the edges, bear with me. It'll only get better, and I look forward to it. Okay, guys. So that's the September review. I do look forward to doing the October review. This is my plan to do this once a month. Okay. We'll see how this goes, and we'll keep making it better. So please stay tuned. Take care.